Hey Bo, keep me anonymous, please. So I'm 19 years old from America. I used to date this boy for around 2 years. He was a great guy, really appreciative of me, made me feel like the luckiest girl in the world, never cheated on me, nothing like that. So you're probably wondering why we broke up. Well, my best friend, let's call her Rosie. Me and Rosie have been best friends for 5 years, but we are complete opposites when it comes to personality. She's really loud and outgoing, and I'm more reserved and observant. We were the perfect duo. She brought out the best in me, made me be social even when I didn't want to be, and I calmed her down when she was doing too much and made her not act on her impulses. I love Rosie a lot, but she hated my boyfriend from the moment they met. She complained that he wasn't cute enough for me, he wasn't smart enough, etc. She made me feel really insecure in our relationship, but then again, she's my best friend, so she wants the best for me, right? I started getting really nitpicky about him. She was obsessed with our relationship. I think she meant she started, but she said I. If he went out with his friends, he was cheating. It got annoying at one point, to be honest, but I trusted this girl with my life. No, you shouldn't have done that. She's been by my side since the hardest... Okay, this sentence don't make any sense. She's been by her side. That's all that we need to know. I would never have expected her to do me dirty. But I'm getting there. Around January this year, she started going in, saying I'm a bum for staying with him because he quit his job and enrolled full-time in college even though we're 19. Saying he's a bum for living with his parents at 19 and that he's not financially supporting me. The fuck? Rosie's on crack. Like, Rosie, what are you talking about? He's 19. I can't. Rosie needs to mind her damn business. She does. I have my own job. I don't expect a 19-year-old to financially support me. But at the time, what she was saying made sense. No, it didn't. Because if he's going to school and he's living with his parents, that's totally fine. Like, what's the problem? She said she was disappointed in me that a little sex made me ignore his other qualities. So I dumped him. What? You think a bitch is gonna come in here and tell me about my man, my relationship, and I'm just gonna dump him if he didn't do anything wrong? I would have been like, Rosie, these are all kinds of red flags you throwing up right now. What's the real tea? What's the real problem? What's the real issue? Like, why do you care so much about my relationship and what we have going on? Girl, I didn't want to, but she's amazing at getting people to believe her. She's a Scorpio. My best friend's a Scorpio, honey. She would never do any of this. You know how manipulative they can be, LOL. Yeah, I could see that. But still, my best friend wouldn't do none of the shit you talking about. So around March, she broke her phone. And she was too poor to fix it, so I let her borrow my old iPhone until she could replace it. It wasn't a big deal to me because I considered her my sister. After a few weeks of using it, my little brother broke his phone. My mom told me I had to give him my old phone, so I asked her for it back. She said yes, and I got it back. I had actually run into her at Target with my family, and my mom made her give it back right there, LOL. No time to log out or anything. Oh my god. I was a little weirded out by her responses because she was extremely hesitant, but I had access to all her social media, so I didn't know why she was acting like that. I'm not the type to snoop, so I let it go. But on the drive home, I went on iMessage because I didn't expect her to be using the Messenger app because it was a temporary phone, so why the F log into your Apple ID? I thought my old text would be there, but I saw she was using the Messenger app to message one person. I see the familiar number pop out on her iMessage. My ex. And the text was, "You're such a tease. Stop acting like that." Girl, I can't. These bitches is trifling. From an outside perspective, that may sound a little weird, but innocent. No, it doesn't. Not at all. But she despised my BF. No, she despised the fact that she couldn't have him. She despised the fact that you were in a relationship and she wasn't. Because she's clearly trying to be thotting and bopping. And she despised that she probably feels like she is the cuter one out of the two of you because she's more outgoing than you. And you got a man and she didn't. That's none of my business.
None of my business. It's none of my business.
So, the fact that she even had his number, let alone texting him, was a big deal. Of course I snooped. I never felt such heartache before. They've been flirting since we broke up. She was telling him how she always told me to leave him so she could have him. Trifling! Oh my! How I must be boring in bed. How she is so much better. A lot of their convos centered around me. The both of them, the nerve of them. I cannot. How she thought I was boring. Girl, if I was you, I wouldn't even have sent in no fake ass Rosie name, bitch. I would have used her real fucking government. Like, come on, sis. How she thought I was boring, only hung out with me out of pity because no one else would. How she hoped when they started dating publicly I would get the hint to leave her alone. Somebody would catch these hands. Somebody would catch these motherfucking hands. Like, what are you telling me? What am I reading right now? Rosie would have got all the hands, all the foots, okay, all the feet. Rosie would have got it all. It shattered my self-esteem. No, bitch. You need to fight this hoe. I'm so sorry. I usually don't condone fighting when a guy is involved, because at this point it's not fighting over a man, it's just blatant disrespect that you're fighting. Like, you need to sock her in her mouth. You do. You need to break her finger so she can't text him. I can't deal. I considered her one of my favorite people on this earth. I felt closer to her more than I did my own family. After reading all she had to say, I threw up. I cleared the phone out. I did take screenshots. You better. And gave it to my brother. I sent her the screenshots over Snapchat and waited for her to open it so I could block her. She didn't even have an excuse. She just left me unopened. I blocked them both everywhere. This is weighing down on my heart every day. My trust is broken beyond repair. I didn't have much friends or a friends group besides her. And now I feel so lonely. I try my best to move on, but it's hard. Any advice would be helpful. Thank you. Girl, it's always the person closest to you that snakes you, okay? I mean, this is life. Everybody got friends they lose. Everybody got boyfriends they lose. It's life. You're young. You're gonna be popping. You're gonna shit on both of them. They're gonna be in a relationship, but the shit's not gonna last. And you're gonna have the last laugh. Don't even stress yourself about these playtings. Like, he was a playting. She is a fucking scallywag. Like, I can't even believe. It's one thing to, you know, accidentally start liking the guy that was dating your friend. It's one thing to accidentally start liking the guy that was dating your friend and having enough respect to not go ahead and date your friend's ex. But for her to be so bold to be talking shit about you and saying horrible things about you to this guy, and she is ultimately the reason you ended your relationship, which was silly on your part. You should have known something was up with this bitch. Karma is real, and they will get their fucking fair dose of it. Like, I don't even know what I just read. Like, I can't believe that. Like, I'm literally appalled by that. That's not cool at all. It's not cool. Nobody that you call your friend, your best friend, your sister should ever snake you to that extent over a dude. How are you gonna be plotting on me that whole time to get with the guy that I like, that I'm in love with? Like, come on. I can't. I'm gonna do 2 more. Hey Bo, congratulations on your baby and successfully building a YouTube career. Thanks about the baby. The successful YouTube career. I don't know if we call this that. My sister and I love your videos. Hey sister girl. Especially the ones with the funny titles, as well as your kiss my ass attitude. Okay. Praying for you and your family. Thank you. I accept prayers as long as they good. Okay. I'll go anonymous. Currently, I'm in college, my junior year, and there is this fine boy. The problem is that he's so shy, to the point that it's kind of annoying. I'm from the Bronx, so I'm used to guys being bold and more confident. Although I dub them because I know that a hood is not for me, as I am abstinent and a non-hijabi Muslim. Well, alright then. but there's something that I like about him. Could be that he's pre-med and is of the same religion as me. Not sure, but this is kind of my first real crush. And being that I have little to no experience with guys, it makes me think that a shy, nice guy would be for me. I always wondered about the abstinent thing because when I was in high school, there was a hijabi girl and her man and her were always up in the fucking stairwell, like making out, kissing up, feeling titties under her garments, like, and we would always just watch them like, what the fuck? And so I always wondered, like, with being a Christian, like, if you were raised Christian, if your belief system is that you're also supposed to be abstinent. You're supposed to be... Oh, she said abstinent. Yeah, you're supposed to be abstinent. You're supposed to not have premarital sex. But somehow, some way, all the church kids end up fucking anyway. Each other at that. You know, once you get in a relationship and you start developing those feelings, it's really hard to stay abstinent. Like, for me. And so, I always wonder if you as a hijabi girl... No, a non-hijabi Muslim. And him... practicing the same religion as you, does that get thrown out the window after like a 2-year relationship and you're like, you know what, we're getting married anyway, let's just do it? Like, or do you actually make it to the altar or to the wedding aisle a virgin? Let me know. Like, I feel like people have the sex and they just lie about it. They get married to the person they lost their virginity to, obviously, but I feel like especially the men, they don't save it for marriage because who is going to tell the difference? Like, obviously, guys can have sex and nobody's going to know that they're not virgins. Like, you know, with the women, are they the same way? So, that's something I always wanted to know, you know. And being that I have little to no experience with guys, it makes me think that a nice, shy guy would be good for me. I know I should just approach him, but if he dismisses me, I'll be heartbroken. I know myself and my newly built confidence would be crushed. So my questions are, how can I get him out of his shell and get him to admit that he likes me, as I suspect, before he graduates? Have you ever had to deal with a shy guy? Lastly, we have a mutual friend, so what can she do to possibly play matchmaker? Sorry for any errors, kind of typing quick on my phone, and thank you. Oh, it's perfect. You guys have a mutual friend. This should be a breeze. I've never had to really deal with shy guys per se because I like a bold guy. I like hood, so. I haven't had too much trouble in that area per se. I really have to think, like, I might have dated a shy guy, but like, oh, there was a Taurus guy I dated, but like, I couldn't do it. His teeth was all fucked up, yeah. I couldn't do it. He wasn't too shy. Like, I don't think I've ever been attracted to a guy that hasn't taken charge. So I'm shy. So I need somebody to balance me out. So no, the answer is no. But because you have a friend, she can play matchmaker real easy. She can like just drop hints to him, or she can just blatantly ask him what he thinks about you and like see if he likes you. And if he tells her, you know, she's cute, she's really cute, then she can tell him, you should ask her out. Like, you should ask her out on a date. Something tells me she might be feeling you too. You know what I mean? The mutual friend thing is actually A1. I don't even know why you fucking emailed me, because you could literally have just already handled this yourself. Like, I would throw my friend in there for me. I've done it before. You know, get the intel, see what he feeling like, and move from there. But you don't need my help, girl. Y'all need to stop this. Okay, so this next one, she didn't say whether or not she wants to be anonymous. I'm going to skip over the first half of her email because it's kind of just not relevant. The second half of her email says, here is where my problem lies. I'm a naturally caring person. I was raised in a Caribbean household. Both my mom and I are Trini, and I have that mother effect. Even my friends consider me the mom of the group. The thing about that is I'm always attracting hurt people, and for years I was able to deal with it, but I'm slowly seeing myself become this bitter person because it's always like I'm never good enough for anyone, and it's so frustrating because I know my worth both friendship and relationship wise. I used to get bullied in middle school, and it honestly took me my whole high school life to learn how to love myself again. I know I'm a strong young black woman. I don't need anyone to tell me that, but it always seems like people don't realize what I'm capable of. As long as you know what you're capable of, nothing else matters. Fuck everybody else, fuck their opinions. That's not important. It's not relevant to your life. What you know is what's important. I'm afraid of this person I might become because I constantly hear, "You're worth it, but..." Why is there a but? She literally said, "Why is there a but?" And I'm asking, why is there a but too? If I'm worth it, why does there have to be a but? I'm honestly afraid that I'll become this black woman who just travels and doesn't pay attention to her personal life. I always joke about it too, but I'm honestly so scared of that future. Girl, you're young. Like, honestly, all you like 18-year-olds message me and you're like panicking about shit that doesn't matter. And when I was 18, I was doing the same fucking thing, so I get it. But I didn't email somebody about it, so I didn't know that I was doing it. And there is absolutely nothing with traveling the world, seeing all this shit, and soaking in that knowledge, and getting to go to fucking amazing places. When I was 18, 19, 20, like, those are the years I wanted to be traveling the world. There's so many things on my bucket list that I want to achieve that I haven't done yet. That's an opportunity. Like, to not have any relationship baggage at a young age, to go and just explore and learn about different cultures, learn about yourself, and you'll meet somebody along the way. You might meet a man in France. You might meet a man in freaking Germany, girl. Like, you don't have to worry about the stuff you're worrying about right now. I know nothing is wrong with that, but I've always wanted to be someone who can excel in my career and still have a family. Why are you acting like you're 27 and not found somebody to settle down with you? Like, message me again when you're 30 and you still haven't found a man. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, you're a baby. But I can just slowly feel myself being pulled in the other direction because I'm so tired of people turning their backs on me. And I never really thought I would feel like this because not only am I the mom of the friend group, but people come to me for advice. But how can I even give advice to my friends when I don't believe in the advice I give anymore? That's deep, sis. That's deep. If you don't believe in the advice that you're giving, you shouldn't be giving it, first of all. You gotta tell them, "Sorry, sis, can't help you no more. I'm exhausted." You have to start vocalizing how you feel, because everybody's gonna come to you and tell you this, that, and the third and put all their fucking burdens on you. But then who do you turn to? You have to, in that moment, speak up and say, "Look, all I do is help you bitches. You bitches never help me. When am I gonna get some help around this motherfucker?" Like, you have to speak up. How are you going to expect them to know how you're feeling if you don't voice it? You know? So you need to be able to say, "Look, how about you give me some advice today instead of that? Let's turn these fucking tables." I can honestly say that I'm starting not to believe in love anymore, and it's so hard watching myself go through this process because I've been through so much and I've always found a way to turn hate and anger into love, but I'm afraid that this time I won't be able to do that. I feel like you're talking very vague and you're leaving things out that I think would have been substantial or important information for me to be able to properly give you advice, because I feel like I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like you're trying to tell me something, but you're not being open with me. I know I'm young, but even now I've closed myself off. I no longer feel like the idea of letting anyone in, and I prefer to just stay to myself. I felt this exact same way around the exact same age. I was just out of a freaking horrible relationship, and I was like, I'm gonna be single for life. Like, I was so down and out. Like, you probably didn't even go through that little freaking traumatic ass breakup shit, but I did, and I felt exactly how you were feeling, except with a whole lot more baggage on top of it. I'm even finding it hard to share certain emotions with my friends, the same emotions I was once able to share. Honestly, Bo, I don't know what to do. I feel like no one deserves to see all of me because I don't want anyone thinking I'm weak. But I'm also afraid that I become distant and cold-hearted. You're definitely being vague, and so right now I feel like I can't see ya, okay, just like you said. But showing emotion doesn't make you weak. Crying is not being weak. Wearing your heart on your sleeve is not weak. If anything, those things are things that make you strong. To be able to speak about what you are feeling, that's a sign of strength, not weakness. Even if you cry, it just means that there's still work to be done, but it's never gonna be that you're weak, like, ever. P.S. If you get a chance to read this, I want to thank you. It means a lot that you took the time out of your day to do so, and I apologize for it being long. Girl, you just gotta chill. This is what I'm saying. All you 18-year-olds are messaging me and saying the same shit in different words, and like, you guys gotta just fucking breathe. Take it easy. Take it day by day. It's a step at a time. One day soon, like in like 5 years, you're gonna look back at your life as what it used to be, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, why was I so stressed out about something so small? Like, why did I feel that way? You know, that's what's going to happen, because you guys are tripping right now. Like, all you guys that message me are tripping. Like this, like, look at this one. Daisy, she said, she's staying anonymous, but she said call me Daisy. Dear Bo, I've been watching your videos for over 8 months. I thought she was going to say 8 years. I was going to say, what in the motherfucking lie? And you are like an older sister to me. I need help because I feel that I want to get the highest grades and have better opportunities, but I don't commit my revision time because I get overwhelmed with the work, which leads to procrastination and failing. I don't want to fail my exams, and I want to be motivated to work without distractions. How do I get motivated to work? Listen, I hate when people ask me specific questions about school and stuff, because I didn't do it, because I'm a lazy ass bitch. And I don't know. When I was in school, I was procrastinating a whole fucking lot. And what sucked about it was that I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to not do well. But I also just couldn't deal with homework. I hated homework so freaking much. And my mom always talks to me about this, but I don't know if you're in high school or college, university, doesn't matter. I'm talking about when I was in high school. What I did was, one, if I needed help, I would get it, the extra help, tutoring from my teachers. I would get that. But two, I would never bring my homework home. I did that shit at school, and I did not leave school until my homework was fucking done. When it was lunchtime, I would be eating and doing my math homework so that I didn't have to bring my textbooks home, so I didn't have to bring anything home. I'd just do that shit at school. If it was after school, I would just chill, go in the library, do my homework. I'm not bringing that shit home. And I found that it's a lot easier to study or to get stuff done while you're still at school, because that's actually what school should be for. Because when I go home, why am I bringing my stuff from school home? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, if you think about it, does that make fucking sense? Why the hell did I go to school if I was just gonna have to bring this shit back home? These textbooks is motherfucking heavy. That's why a bitch got a hunchback. Like, I ain't got time. Do the stuff at school. It's a lot more quiet, especially in the library. Like, it's a lot more quiet. You are at school, so you're not really going to be tempted to use your phone as much in the library, versus if you're at home and you're watching TV, or you have your laptop with you, and your phone, and snacks, and you're distracted. A lot easier at home where it's comfortable, versus at school where you just want to get your shit done so that you can leave your shit in your locker and go home. Nobody wants to fail, but people forget that failing is a part of the journey to success. So if you have to fail to get to where you're going, then that's what it has to be. Everything is going to lead you somewhere. It's just like when I went to school, I initially wanted to be an orthodontist or a dentist specialist, but then I realized a bitch can't do biology to save my life. So fuck that. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna head over and try to be an English teacher. And then that, I was like, no, I'm not really passionate about it. Like, I love English, I love writing and stuff, but like, that's not really what I want to do. And then I decided I wanted to go to school for fashion business management. And then I was in school and like, no, it just wasn't for me. And then I realized I can't even do college. College is not for me. I can't even afford it. So fuck that shit. Like, and then I was just at dead end jobs, like shit, like, and then now I'm here. So you never know where shit's gonna lead you to. I certainly did not think, I had no idea where my life was headed. I literally just go with the flow. I do not make plans. The shit never works out. I learned to stop planning ahead. It's good to have, you know, a plan if that's you. But for me, I don't plan shit because the shit doesn't work out. If you're feeling overwhelmed though, you need a vacation, sis. you need to find a balance so that you don't feel that overwhelming feeling. Because when you do feel overwhelmed, it makes things 10 times harder. You have to be able to find a balance between your leisure time and your work time. Babe?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But I was waiting until you finish answering that question.
Oh. Your leisure time or your work time, so that you don't feel overwhelmed and sad and depressed and feel like you're going to fail. Put in the extra work if you feel like that's what you need to do. Get the extra help from your teachers, from your peers, whoever it is that can help you advance in that subject or that class, whatever you're working on. Do that. Anyway, you guys, that's it for this BOETALKS. I love you all so very much. If you want to email me for BOETALKS, the email's in the description box. I love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one.